Are you up for a hiking challenge? I mean, are you really up for a hiking challenge that climbs over 10,000 feet in 20 miles? Then you need to check out Cactus to Clouds. This hike's not for everybody, but if you're up for a challenge, this one's for you. Welcome to Inspire to Go, making memories one adventure at a time. And this adventure takes us to
the Cactus to Clouds, summiting the San Jacinto Peak.
Cactus to Clouds hike is an exhilarating adventure that takes you from the arid desert floor of Palm Springs, California, to the refreshing cloud-kissed peaks of the San Jacinto Mountains. This iconic trail offers a unique blend of natural beauty and challenging terrain, making it a must-visit for avid hikers and adventure seekers. Upon reaching the summit at 10,834 feet, hikers are rewarded with breathtaking views of the surrounding mountains and the desert below. San Jacinto Peak is the second highest peak in Southern California.
We are here in Palm Springs. We're at the art museum. We're getting ready to do Cactus to Clouds. It's supposed to be one of the toughest hikes in the US, over 10,000 feet of climbing and 20 miles. So we've done a lot of hard things, but we'll see as advertised if it's as hard as they say it is. But anyway, we parked at the Tram. We're gonna go up, do an overnighter, go over the top, and then we're gonna take the Tram down. So we parked our car at the Tram, Lot D. You can park there overnight. And then we got an Uber over to the trailhead here at the museum. So we're getting ready to art museum. We're getting ready to start our trek. It's supposed to be a tough one, and here we go. Had to bust out the poles right out of the gate.
Yeah, this is called the Skyline Trail, and man, it is tough with a pack on your back. It's a good one, and we've just begun. I don't even think we're a mile yet, but there is Palm Springs.
As we were making our way up the trail, we saw a desert bighorn sheep in the distance, and we thought it was going to turn and run the other way, but rather it turned towards us and walked down and posed as we took pictures of it.
All right, we're at about 2.4 miles, and with all the warnings, they do have a rescue box.
The Rescue One box. A little bit of water,
oh, nice.
first aid kit.
Some sunflower seeds. That's awesome. What do you think about that?
Well, we're not there yet, so we'll leave it for somebody that really needs it.
Yeah. Hopefully there will be rescue shoebox along the way. All right, here we go. I think up and over.
Well, we're a little over 3 miles into the hike and taking a little pit stop, fueling up, getting something to eat, enjoying this awesome view back here. What do you think, Meme?
Beautiful. Tough though.
It's a tough one. This one's not for everyone, especially if you're carrying packs. It's straight up, going a little bit slower than we thought, but we're getting there, making our way to the ranger station. Leave it up to us to make a challenging hike even more challenging. We debated we were gonna get a hotel and get up early and just do it in a day with our lighter packs, but we decided to get our packs and do an overnighter and not pay for a hotel, because at the end of the day I'd rather sleep in a tent underneath the stars. But it's definitely making it a whole lot more challenging. Look what we got here. Rescue box number 2. We're at about 6.7 miles. Ranger station should be at mile 8. We're getting there. And what do we got here? We got some water. No food this go around, but water.
How you feeling there, T?
Oh, I'm a little spanky. We're almost there. Ranger station, pitch our tent, get something to eat, and call it a night.
Well, we're at 8 miles. There's no ranger station yet. And it's a bit chilly, so I put on my jacket, I'm putting on my gloves. I'm getting ready for another maybe mile, half a mile, hopefully.
So hopefully it's one more push, little push right up here to the ranger station. We shall see. And way out in the distance, you can see the Salton Sea. And there is Palm Springs in the backdrop as the sun is setting. Under or over?
I'm not sure. I went under. I crawled on my knees because I've been climbing enough as it is. I know. No, I was crawling on my knees. I just didn't want to have to climb any more than I already am. Good job. Watch out. Don't hurt yourself. I think so. All right, you just go right there. You did it. All right. And I went under it. The benefits of being smaller. I think this is harder than the Grand Canyon for sure.
Change of plans. It took longer to get up here. We got up here in the dark, so we are at the Tram, and we're going to have dinner here rather than have dinner on our jet boil. And then we're going to go set up our tent. A quick update. Yesterday we underestimated the hike up. We thought it was 8 miles to the ranger station. It's actually 10, and the last hour or so, mile and a half, we did in the dark. Again, underestimated it. And so when we got to the top, we decided to go to the Tram. They have a restaurant up there. And so we ate at the restaurant, and then we came down here, pitched our tent, and camped out for the night. So now we're getting ready. We're gonna put our tent and everything together, and then we're gonna do San Jacinto. It's 6 miles out, 6 miles back for a total of 12 miles, and then we're gonna take the Tram down the mountain. So we're gonna pack our stuff up, have a little breakfast, and head out for our 12-mile trek. So it's time for some breakfast, and whenever we're on a hike, typically we try to make things easy where we're cooking dehydrated food, so all you have to do is boil water. And our boiler of choice is the jet boil. This thing is awesome. A couple different reasons it's awesome. Number one, it's really lightweight. Everything compacts into the jet boil. And how it works is, inside the jet boil, you've got your fuel. We always bring two, especially on the longer overnight packing trips. You just want to make sure you have enough fuel. So it's got fuel. It's got everything packs inside here. It's got the igniter. It's got an electronic ignition switch, which is awesome. It's yet to fail us. I always bring a lighter for other things, but in case the electronic ignition switch doesn't work, it's nice to have some type of lighting source. But again, it's yet to fail me. And it's got a little stand when you're cooking on it. So now we're making our dehydrated. I like these are my favorite right here. The good to go. The one thing you want to make sure you do, there is little packet for, I don't know what these are for.
Keep them fresh.
Yeah, to keep them fresh and to keep any moisture out. You want to make sure you pull these out. A couple times when I've been super hungry, I forgot. So make sure you pull this out. And basically you just fill it with water, seal it up. This takes about 5 minutes. And then you got breakfast. It's been about 5 minutes and it's cooked, and
voila.
It's hot, easy. Actually tastes pretty good for dehydrated. And pretty good. And we're boiling some more water, so we have enough water for our hot tea. So when you get to the top of the ranger station, you've got to get a day pass permit, and you fill it out, and it's a carbon copy. You put the blue one in the box, and then you keep the white one. And we talked to somebody, they do check, and then when you come back, you put this back in. That way they know that you're safe and sound and that you're back. And it's their way of accounting for everybody up on the trail. So we filled it out, put the blue one in the box.
You might need to fold it.
I'm gonna fold it up. And then we're keeping the white one. And we're off. San Jacinto Peak. 6 miles out, 6 miles back, and then coming back here and taking the Tram down. Here we go.
Alrighty. Let's do it. We're walking along the stream here, and there's ice. You can see the ice on top of the stream. That's how cold it is up here today. That's why we were freezing our butts off this morning. But our tent was toasty warm. This is really pretty.
So we've gone about maybe a mile and a half since the ranger station, and we got another 4.2 miles to go to San Jacinto.
No, San Jacinto
San
Peak.
Jacinto Peak. I get that wrong. I can't pronounce it. San Jacinto Peak. 4.2, gone about a mile and a half. Gonna keep rolling. I think what we're gonna do too, because we did this a little bit differently, we have our big packs on. We did an overnight. Typically, people just do this in a day. I think we're gonna tie our packs up at about 3 miles and do 3 miles up, 3 miles back without our packs on. So we've got some ropes. We're gonna tie them up and then shed some clothes and do the top portion without our packs. So come on, here we go. We are now about 2 miles from the ranger station. It's getting a little warm, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna shed some clothes and we're gonna tie our packs in the tree. And we've got these cool little things we'll show you on how to tie up to prevent what I call a yard sale. Because if you leave your packs on the ground, the squirrels will do a number, and when you come back, it's what I call the yard sale. Your stuff's everywhere. And the squirrels just had a yard sale on all your stuff. They'll eat through your packs, eat your food. So we're gonna shed and tie our packs up. We are gonna tie our packs up into the tree to keep the squirrels from having a yard sale. And I made these, I found these I think on Amazon. They're called night ices. They're really cool because they're kind of like a hoist. You can tie it up and then just hoist it up into the tree. And we use this when we go to the Grand Canyon, and we tie our packs up to keep them out of the trees for the squirrels. And really easy. It's kind of like a little carabiner with a thing that clips the rope where you can hoist it up. And I'm gonna link up all the things that we're using out here, the jet boil, some various things. I'll link them up in the product description, and hopefully I can find these. But these are definitely worth having in your pack if you're doing an overnight and you want to tie your stuff up in the trees.
So we're right at this turnoff here where there's a campsite and there's a state park, a little cabin, and some water flowing. And we almost made a wrong turn. We kept going straight up this way, but I think that the sign says to go that way. So it's a good thing we came back and looked. We're at 9,100 feet and we're off to hopefully find San Jacinto Peak. Here we go. This doesn't look like a very well marked trail. Well, I think a tree has fallen over it, which we found multiple times on this hike.
Wow, look at that view. We're almost to the top, and what an amazing view up here. At the top, there's a cool shelter. And inside the shelter, there are, if you can see it, oh, open the door. There's bunk beds. There used to be a fire that they cemented up, but this is kind of a bailout that if you're caught in weather, lightning, anyway, this would be a bailout place. And it's right before you summit the last section. It's pretty cool. Got some emergency supplies. Open that box. Right, there's a latch right here. Maybe a latch on the other side. So you got a little bit of food,
Oatmeal,
first aid kit,
lighter.
I got a lighter. You got some fuel for your stove. So we summited. We are at the top, and from the bottom to top, Cactus to clouds, my Garmin says we did 10,627 feet. of elevation in, let's see, mileage wise, I've got about 15.5 miles from bottom to top.
They're still here. We were a little worried because they were hung a little bit low. Tyler left his keys to the car, his phone in here. It could have been disastrous, but I think most hiking people are going to be honest, and who wants to carry a heavy pack like this? We do.
Now that we've done Cactus to Clouds from bottom to top, we're now back down at the ranger station getting ready to get on the tram. I want to go over what we learned, things to consider. The first thing is the logistics. Most people that do Cactus to Clouds, if you're going to do it in a day where you're going to do bottom to top, top to bottom, logistics of your cars, not a big deal because you're going to park somewhere near the trailhead, and when you're done, you're at your car. But a lot of people, what they do is they go from the bottom to top and then back down, and they take the tram. And then what you're going to have to do is get an Uber or a Lyft back to your car. And there's Wi-Fi at that tram station, so you can jump on and get Wi-Fi and get an Uber or Lyft. A lot of people's phones are already synced up with payment, so bring your debit or credit card. I would recommend bringing your debit or credit card as well, because you could treat yourself to the cafe or the restaurant at the top before you head down on the tram. We did a little bit different. We did an overnight, so we did it in hindsight. Taking our packs up that 10 miles to the tram and the ranger station was not easy. In hindsight, I don't know that I would do that again, but we did treat ourselves to a dinner at the top, and we were going to cook dinner when we got up here, but it was dark. The other thing to consider is there's water at the ranger station. There is water running where you could filter your own water, but there is water here. The other thing, the permits there's no fee for a permit, but you need to get a permit at the ranger station. And then when you do that, you're going to get a carbon copy. And when you return, you want to put the carbon copy back in the box. That way they can account for you, which we're going to do right now. The other thing to consider is just proper footwear. We're big Hoka fans. I wore Stinsons this go around. Mimi was wearing the Speed Goats. I wanted a little bit more beefiness with the weight of the pack. The lightness of the Speed Goats going up would have been nice. So again, proper footwear, super, super important. I'm going to leave the hydration and nutrition up to you. Everybody's got their favorite stuff. We're big Tailwinds fans. The other thing is poles. Poles, in my opinion, on this one are a must, especially with our big packs. If I didn't have the poles, I didn't know what I would have done. But regardless, I would highly, highly recommend poles. And then the other thing to consideration, the time of the year, depending on when you do this. You know, in the summer months, I would recommend probably a 2 a.m. start with headlamp. You know, when it's 100+ degrees in the valley there, I would get an early start. The other thing is, you know, during the winter months, from what we've been told, the tram's always open, but you're not going to be able to summit during the winter because there's going to be snow up there. But you can still get up here. But the ideal time of the year to do it is, we're doing this end of November, Thanksgiving weekend. I would say October, November, even into December before it really gets that cold snap and snow. And then in the spring would be ideal. But again, in the summer months, get an early start, headlamps. Outside of that, you know, it was awesome. It's a challenging one for sure. I mean, over 10,000 elevation gain. We've done rim to rim to rim in Grand Canyon. I would say it rivals it. It's not as long, but the elevation gain and the mileage is, you're climbing, the elevation gain is much greater. So the trails can get pretty technical here compared to the Grand Canyon. I'm going to compare it to that because rim to rim to rim is a tough one as well. But footing here, and there's a lot of big step ups and rocks, and especially tight areas when you're trying to trek pole coming up the first 10 miles, it gets super tight. So it's definitely technical and definitely challenging. You need to have your fitness on. I wouldn't recommend it for everybody, but if you're up for a hiking challenge, this one is a must-do to put on your list.
So now we're going up to the tram, and this is just as challenging as some of the hike. So here we go. It's nice and steep with the packs.
we got to pay to go down. And so tell us about Cactus Clouds.
Cactus to Clouds is the hardest day hike in North America. Sometimes it takes between 14 to 16 hours. And I can tell when people get here because you can see the look on their face.
Do we look spit?
No, you guys actually look pretty good.
Okay.
Some people come in here looking like, oh my gosh, you know, but yeah. So, you guys look pretty good.
And so to go down is less than the
go up. You have to go down is only 16, to come up is 32.
Okay, so it's half price to go down. So we're paying, we're going down. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We're getting out of here. The Palm Springs Aerial Tramway is a popular tourist attraction situated in Chino Canyon, just a few miles northwest of downtown Palm Springs. The tramway covers approximately 2.5 miles. It ascends from the Valley Station at approximately 2,643 feet to the mountain station at an elevation of about 8,516 feet. The tram cars rotate 360 degrees, providing passengers with panoramic views of the surrounding landscape. There are 2 rotating tram cars that carry up to 80 passengers each that travel along the cables simultaneously, allowing for a continuous service. The journey on the tram ride offers breathtaking views of the Coachella Valley and the surrounding mountains. The mountain station at the top serves as the gateway to Mount San Jacinto State Park, providing opportunities for hiking, nature walks, other outdoor activities, and dining. The mountain station features observation decks where visitors can enjoy the vistas, take photographs, and sometimes experience snow during the winter months. Due to the significant elevation change, there is a notable temperature drop at the mountain station compared to the valley station, making it a refreshing escape from the desert heat. Visitors need to purchase tickets for the tram ride, which operates year-round with specific hours.
All right, in a moment here, we're going to be leaving the dock area. I'm going to turn on the floor. Remember, if you're next to a window, slide your hands on that bar. The faster you slide your hands, the faster the floor moves, all right? All right, let's go. Here, come over here with me. Touching you. Ladies and gentlemen, keep hanging on when we dock. We are going to bump the sides a little bit. Somebody was dancing way too much. You know who you are.
That wasn't so bad. Absolutely. Much shorter.
We are done. We're back at the parking lot in our car. We got the tram in the backdrop, but that was awesome. What do you think?
It was amazing.
I
loved every minute of it.
Highly recommend. Cactus to Clouds in the books. Hey, do us a huge favor. If you like the video, give us an internet high five by liking it. Questions or comments, go ahead and comment below. And for more awesome outdoor adventures, you can subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button. Each and every time we do a video, you'll be notified. And the other thing you can do is go to our website, inspiretogo.com. It's got hyphens in between, and we're gonna link up there everything you need to know that's got the details about Cactus to Clouds. So go check out Inspire to Go. In the meantime, make it a great day.